I thank the gentlelady for yielding. You know, this slowdown, shutdown, has taken on many particular angles and a lot of accusation and a lot of discussion. But as we get to this point in it, although Obamacare is driving the shutdown, it's not merely about the millions that will still be uninsured. And it's not merely about the 50% or more of this country that will be on Medicaid, where access to care is extremely limited. And it's not only about rates going up. It is about that health care is going backwards in America, forward. And this shutdown is not only about the fact that in Ohio we passed a constitutional amendment that made the mandate unconstitutional in Ohio, only to be overridden by the Supreme Court, where 66% of the people in Ohio did not want this law. And I'm from Ohio, and I'm here to continue to fight for that. And I'm bothered as we're going through this, and I hear the arguments, and I hear people refer to terrorism, jihad, and bombs strapped to their chest. Well, as someone who served a year in Iraq as a combat surgeon during the bloodiest time of the war, 2005, 2006, I guarantee you what's taking place here is not that. And it's shameful when people use those types of references, and I would bet that those that have served in war would understand that that's not appropriate here. We're here to negotiate, we're here to discuss, and we're here to represent the American people. And really, I thought when I came here, I'm new, I'm a freshman, I thought that fair treatment for all Americans would be something that's common ground for all of us. And I thought that having special subsidies for members of Congress would be something that we would all disagree on. And that would be another area of common ground. Those are the basic premises that are driving this shutdown right now, because we have passed continuing resolutions that would fund the government completely if we would just sit down and agree that these portions of this law are wrong and they go against what we as Americans believe in, that we're to be treated fairly, that there's no special premises for other people, for one group over the other. I thought those would be areas of common ground, and I'm surprised that this still goes on. We'll continue the fight of things we disagree with within Obamacare, try and improve our health care system as we go along. But it interests me when they say it's the law, get over it. Well, it's not the law that was passed when you're changing things. And that's the problem. And I wonder sometimes if the presidential election was different. Say, for example, Mitt Romney had won, and he went into the presidency and he said, I'm going to exempt this group. I'm going to exempt that group. I'm going to change the law and provide a subsidy to those that it's not written into the law for. What would the outcry be? The outcry would come from me, I guarantee you, because I believe in the rule of law and I believe in fairness under the law. We need to sit down and figure this out. The president is the president, and he has the seat at the head of the table. But he was not the only one elected. We've all been elected to represent the people, and we all have a seat at the table. And that's what needs to take place. I hear arguments from the other side talking about, as we're passing these resolutions, well, you're picking and choosing now. That's exactly what Obamacare has done. Mm-hmm. Throughout that law, there is picking and choosing. So when I hear the other side say we're picking and choosing now, I said, thank you for making our argument, because that's what we're having problems with. I pray for a better day, and Lord willing, we all will sit down at the table and get these things figured out on behalf of the American people. That's what we were sent here to do, and I hope we can get that done. And I urge those that will not come forward to think about it and come forward and sit and talk with us. And with that, I yield back, and I appreciate you putting this together this evening for us to have a chance to discuss these issues.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.